Hey guys, welcome back to an all-new episode of Conflicts. Today we're reviewing the all-new Vanpower Matiday. Now, Vanpower is a company we've seen before that makes a great solid e-bike, in which this here is their all-new improved e-bike with gigantic tires. Now, this thing is designed for both off-road as well as on-road use, meaning you can use it in the city, you could even use it through water, you can use it through just about anything. Now, today we'll be actually unboxing this thing, building it, and seeing exactly how it performs and what it's all about. So if you guys wanted your own, check out the link down below in the description, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so check it out guys, so this here's our packaging, this here's our box. Now it does come with tools which are actually included, so it kind of gives you a nice little layout over here. Now over here it talks about the different frame size, so it does talk about in terms of exactly what the size should be based on the rider. Alright, let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what's inside. So inside here, it looks like everything is nicely laid out. You have your wheels, you have some boxes, and then just a few different accessories. So I mean, everything is nicely compact, so that's great. So the trick behind this is kind of start just taking everything out, lay everything out in front of you, and then going from there. So let's go ahead and do that next. All right, so this here's just a rough look of it outside the box. There's a lot of wrapping on this thing, so you got a lot of zip ties kind of going throughout it, kind of holding it in place. So let's just go ahead and take everything out and kind of see exactly what we're working with here. All right, so this is it out of the box and essentially unassembled. Now, majority of it is really just built, so it's just a matter of mounting on the front wheel, mounting on the steering bracket, the seat itself, and then it does come with some accessories here. So you do get your user manual, you get your pedals, that's another thing we got installed as well. Looks like we have a connecting cable, and then we have some reflectors. And that is about it in a nutshell. Now we also have our charger here as well. Again, just a standard, looks like an AC output, and then that is about it in terms of what it looks like. Now, overall, it has a really cool appearance. I like this color a lot. You got these big fat tires, and yeah, I mean, it should be promising to see how this thing looks once it's completed. So let's go ahead and cue up that montage and build ourselves an e-bike. So our bike is finally done, and overall it was actually a pretty simple concept, especially compared to the previous Vanpowers that we reviewed. Now it's pretty nice overall, I have to say. Some tidbits of information that I would recommend understanding is that one, the throttle was actually separate in terms of already not mounted onto the handlebar. So that required me to loosen up the handlebar itself and remove this portion here and kind of install it by sliding it in, as it just has to slide in. It doesn't like mount over anything. Now, other than that, I mean, I would recommend making sure that you install your reflector before you mount on the seat. Otherwise, you'll end up having to remove the seat and reinstalling the reflector just to make things a little bit easier. Besides that, you do also have a little bell too, so just keep that in mind if you want to mount that. It's up to you. I did mount it on the right side here, just like that. And otherwise, I mean, you want to make sure your handlebars are slightly on a tilt forward just to kind of help with the ease. One thing I did find that was quite innovative is this little sleeve here. So it's actually a little zipper, so you can go ahead and zip up all the wires and kind of hide it, so less clutter. The tires are really, really big and definitely has a really nice off-road feel to it. In terms of comfort goes, I mean, just kind of like mounting myself onto this like this, I can tell you it's actually a very soft bike. The front rotor does make a little bit of a rubbing sound. I think that is normal with this, but again, you know, it's got these nice heavy-duty brakes, fully adjustable, of course, where you can go ahead and lock it in position or not in terms of the suspension goes. And yeah, let's go ahead and take it outside next and try this thing out.
All right, so we're out here on this beautiful day, and the build process wasn't complicated at all. Now, the previous model required a lot of effort to build, but this here is literally plug and play. I had this thing ready to go in about 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and take a look. So working our way from the front to the back, you have these gigantic tires. Now, these things are very, very wide and they're really, really tall, allowing you to go ahead and go over just about anything. Now, you do have your caliper brakes, which is both for the front and the back. And then on the front side over here, you have the headlight portion right here. So this is actually the headlight portion as well as the reflector. You do have your controllable suspension, so you can actually go ahead and lock it or loosen it, and then you can adjust the preload as well. So it is fully adjustable, which is great. Now, in terms of the actual bar itself, you do have your screen here. So this will actually show it in miles per hour, as well as your total battery life and your watts. You do have your Shimano gearbox, so this here is going to be an 8 gearbox, and then you do have a bell. Now on this side over here, you have your throttle control, which is this guy right here. So you push this down and it'll go ahead and start moving. And then you can go ahead and adjust the settings by pressing up and down, as well as turning it on, both the headlight, as well as turning off the bike as well. Remove the battery, which is this guy right over here. The charging it, that's going to be your charger port. This is the key port for the key itself to go ahead and unlock it and relock it. You do have additional attachment points, so you can technically attach a bottle. You can even attach a rack on the front or the back. And then you do have your adjustable seat. Now this is made out of a nice soft cushion, so this is great for day-to-day use. And then you do have your reflector on the rear. And yeah, that is about it in a nutshell. Now this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. So let's go ahead and hop on this thing and try it out. All right. So one thing to note is that this thing has both pedal assist as well as throttle control. So you do get both worlds in one, which is actually great because it kind of gives you the idea as if you're actually pedaling, or you can just simply go to 0 and then use the throttle in ease. And that is absolutely a great addition to any e-bike because it kind of gives you the perfect balance between both styles of riding. Now with the big fat tire of the e-bike itself, definitely lets you go over any kind of bumps with ease, and it makes it a great off-road bike. Now with the nice wide width tire, kind of makes you feel like you're riding a motorcycle. And yeah, I mean, this thing is actually a very comfortable e-bike. Now this is designed for the urban use, so you can technically use it outdoors as well as in the city. And yeah, I mean, I love the way it looks. The matte black finish definitely has a great appeal, and the screen is actually pretty easy to see and it's nice and big. So yeah, let's go ahead and just ride around and get some more thoughts about it. All right, we're gonna do full throttle, see how fast this thing could go. Pushing about 23, 24. All right, so 25 miles per hour. Surprisingly, it has a nice smooth transition of acceleration, and that's absolutely great. All right, let's go this way. Now, as I already mentioned, this is an off-road e-bike, so you can take it just about anywhere, again, with ease. And that is absolutely the seller. And literally, if you go over bumps, it's as if you're going over nothing at all. Definitely a really cool e-bike. All right, well, there you guys have it. So overall, a great e-bike. Now, I would highly recommend this, especially if you're in the market for something with a big fat tire. You can go through water with this thing, you can take it off-roading, and of course, urban use. It's great for city purposes. Now, if you guys had any questions about it, comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.